you so much for breaking down this, because sometimes when we're telling our people how things are done and that human beings are able to do these things, it will be as if we are describing dream to them. We are able to do these things. The only thing that is holding us is you not doing your part. It's not even the criminals. It's not even those ones there, because they are fewer in number. Their percentage is too little. That's why we say, please help us to share this video to your people groups. You all have people groups, your church, your alumni, all those. Share this to them as you are watching, because we so believe that once our people are properly informed, this work will be walkover. So somebody said, what is constitution? Is constitution just the book, just the paper? No. It's the arrangement, the structure, the components, the thing that the arrangement says, that says, oh, Igbo people are here, Yoruba people are there, which other people are there, mix you people, shovel you, put you as the way they want, like the way that you are politically minority and you're not able to do anything meaningful for yourself and your people. You're not even able to elect your own leaders because of the way you are structured. That is constitution. So when you finish, you now write it down in book. So when people say, oh, Nigeria has constitution, say, when did you meet? How did you meet? When? Because you cannot have constitution while you are sleeping. You will be part of it. You saw how my sister broke everything down. Everybody was aware that, okay, we are doing constitution. It went through a period of time and people were making input. Do it like this. This is what we want. This is how we want it. So the problem is not diversity. The problem is not, oh, it's not that we are ethnic, we are tribal, we are national, we are kingdom. That is not the problem. The problem is injustice. The people, all the peoples in that geographical space, we are not carried along. They were not part of it. They never met. They never discussed. So it's not their product. It was imposed on them. And if we want peace, we will begin the process of actual constitution. So constitution is union arrangements, union structure, union component. Then you now print it before you print it. The printing of it is the last one. Every other thing will be done. So I want to give us some examples of the constitution that we've had, because the constitution you have is what decides the type of government you have and what is happening to the people, your people. When you see your people suffering, go to the constitution that is producing that suffering. So one, apartheid constitution. The Boer imposed segregation order of 1910 on South Africa. Some of you know what happened under apartheid. If you don't know, go and read history, Google, find out, begin to see, you see videos, see things. Another example is the Colonial Decree of December 1913, British Order in Council, by which Nigerian Union was imposed on the indigenous peoples. So the Ijaw people, Efik, Tiv, Yoruba, Igbo were sleeping one day. Some man came from somewhere and said, you are now Nigeria. And then they put amalgamation of January 1, 1914. Our people didn't even know. They heard the news. That's how it happened. Anybody that tells you otherwise is a liar. This is how it happened. Then we have the Colonial Pact of France, imposing the union arrangements, they call constitution, on Francophone countries, over 25 countries. Over 25 countries. How many do you have in Africa that 25 are under France alone?
A big cake.
Countries of West and Central Africa, they shackled them and put them inside this thing called the Colonial Pact of France. Another one example is Decree number 24, military decree of May 25th, 1999, aka Nigerian Constitution. It was enacted and imposed on Nigeria by Abdulsalam Abubakar. It wasn't a component. Down the road, we're going to tell you some lies in this book of Lucifer, so you understand what is happening to you. So this is a picture of the fragment, because here we do show and tell. We'll get the information for you together. Everywhere you see that blue, it's France. They own that one. The entire Africa, like over 50% of Africa. See the tiny France.
Chimo.
This one. And people are waking up and sleeping and walking up and down, and it is okay for them. People are not on the roof shouting. No be juju be that.
Serious juju.
So, from here, we're going to begin to tell you what is common to all the colonial systems and structures, all those arrangements in Africa. They have two things in common, and we'll break it down for you. One, the first part is that the union arrangements creates a master-servant union. That union arrangement, that structure that they imposed, whether from France or Britain or whatever, that thing they imposed, the essence of it is to create a master-servant union in that country. So they were imposed against the will of the indigenous peoples. In Anibo, they hung one of the grandfather of Colonel Ojukwu at Nkwonewi to make others not to even imagine to counter them. So they imposed the things against the indigenous peoples, hijacked and confiscated their sovereignties, making the indigenous people slaves in their own homeland. You are living in your land, but you have been enslaved.
Okay.
The land you own doesn't belong to you anymore. The resources that you have do not belong to you anymore. The things that your ancestors handed over to you are not yours anymore because somebody somewhere passed a decree. So there can never be any democracy under these colonial structures and arrangements. That's why democracy is a failed experiment across Africa, everywhere in Africa. That's what you're seeing. Anybody that is telling you Africans that they are not like that, they are criminals, they are stealing. That's the reason. Is their arrangement, the colonial arrangement imposed on the borders, on the people. That is what is causing it. Second part of what they did, it's that whether France or Britain, these colonial bandits, yes, our sister Shola yesterday, he said it's not colonial masters, it's colonial bandits. So please, we are using now colonial bandits. That's why you saw that when they started bringing those terrorists, they called them bandits. So they are used to it. So they are colonial bandits. They always need local agents to enforce their fraudulent structures and documents.
Your brothers and sisters that look just like you.
Exactly. Your brothers and sisters that look just like you. So in proxy. So that when you look around and say, oh, who is doing this to me? Who you will see is your brother and your sister. And then we say, can't you see? Your brother, those are leading Africa. And some people that are very naive, they say, do we have foreigners leading us in Nigeria? It is not our own brothers and sisters that are leading us. Are we not our leaders? Did they not come from us? Please, stop being ignorant, I beg you. Whether you're a medical doctor, engineer, lawyer, professor, whatever you're professing, please stop being ignorant. Look around and wake up. It's morning. So they have local agents, and we're going to use Nigeria as an example for you. What happened in Nigeria happened all over Africa and other places that they colonized, even the Caribbean, everywhere. Is the same templates that they use. If you sit down, it will make sense to you. Go and do your own investigation And Facebook, you two need to go and do investigation to be part of this project.
Okay.
You cannot talking about your community standard when people are dying. We are here to deliver people and give them better life. So you should be part of this project, Facebook and YouTube. The local agents in Nigeria, Fulani Caliphate. Because when we mention Fulani, we are not talking about the poor,
hungry,
the hungry ones. We know that the ones they give guns to go and kill people, but they are victims also because they are trapped by these their colonial, their oligarchs.
Colonial bandits.
Yeah, their chief bandits, their ogas, the so-called ones that went to Harvard and
Yale and everywhere else.
Yeah, with the colonial masters. When they come back, they enslave their people. If not, how will you be happy to see your own kinsmen inside forests carrying cows and drinking cow urine? And that's what they came into this life to do. And you call yourself that you love your people?
Criminals everywhere.
By the time we finish this project, all these Fulani oligarchs, I don't know if there'll be any space for you in Africa, because what you have done is abomination. Enslaving even your own people and using them to destroy other people. Who does it? So in Nigeria, the chief local agent is the Fulani Caliphate. So that people that say they're doing freedom, you will know where to channel your grievance to, where to channel whatever you're doing to. And stop wasting our time. We need to finish up. Because anytime there's injustice, the people that suffer most are mothers and children. We women are the ones that suffer from your nonsense. So that's why we're not playing. That's why we come here and call you names. Because our children are dying. You don't know what it takes to carry a child for 9 months and then go into labor room, go between life and death to produce children. And then because you are daft, you allow them to be killed, and you think we will come here to laugh with you. Facebook, we are not laughing. YouTube, we are not laughing. Leave our pages to go around so that people will get information. We need to change the world. Enough of this. So these Fulani Caliphates are non-indigenous oligarchs. They are in Nigeria to control things and execute these policies for these colonial bandits. That's their job.
Yep.
That's why the only policy they were allowed to go is the one approved by the colonial bandits. Of course, they're not working alone. They're working with the local politicians, the indigenous people. Yes, your brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts and all those people dancing around and calling themselves members of political parties, whether APC, Labour, or PDP, or whatever. All of them are together. They are indigenous oligarchs. They are willing tools and Judas goats, sabotaging the effort of the indigenous people, that their own brothers, their own people. We have them in Yoruba land. We have them in Igbo land. We have them in Ijaw land. We have them everywhere. They're your neighbors. They are your neighbors.
Nonsense.
You need to begin to speak to them. You need to tell them to stop. They are not aliens. They are in your neighborhood. They are the ones, they give them money and they will come to pose for you on 180 Laura. Where did they make the money that you cannot make? Why can't they show you to make the whole money too? Of course, the third one, judiciary. You just saw what happened. These ones are here to deny the people justice and make them believe that something is going on or that there's a process in place. Yes, we go to high courts. Yes, we go to Supreme Courts. Yes, we go to whatever courts. And yes, they will carry that their wig, that old woman's head.
Udele wig. Thinking they're going to get wisdom with Udele wig.
Yes, with Udele wig. And the idea, Uzokoma is there sleeping. The people that will speak for your justice, stop wasting your time, my people. Wake up. Wake up. Of course, the fourth one, the religious leaders. All of them. Church leaders, Muslim leaders, mosques, traditional leaders, all of them are together in this. Their job is simple. Brainwash and deceive the people. I tell people, if you're a Christian, if you call yourself a Christian, if you're a Muslim, take your book and read. You see that Quran, read it by yourself. You see Bible, read it by yourself. If you must be a Christian, if you're not a Christian, okay. If you must be a Christian, I keep saying it. is criminality for you to call yourself a Christian and you're not reading the Bible that they are using to brainwash you, so that you will read it and understand it by yourself and begin to instruct the person that is instructing you. Because you're bringing your children into a very bad situation. You need to read it so that when they come deceiving you, because that's what they do. They manipulate scriptures, they turn it upside down. But because you are not learned, you're not educated in scriptures, you refuse to read it and know what is inside it. That's why they're succeeding. If not, you would have known what is right. You see, like me now, somebody will come and enslave me with Bible. That's not possible now. I will lay my hands on you and you will fall under anointing. Imagine. So that is the job of the religious leader. These are local agents, so the colonial bandits. Of course, the almighty social influencers. Yes, Ndena Boike, social media, everywhere they go. Their own is to distract the people. Playing one music. Unlike the people like Fela, when he sings, if you don't have sense, you will have sense, because he's using his music as a tool to educate the people and inform them. We have what's this reggae musician?
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley. All these people were prophets.
He was singing to your brothers. Instead of them to get sent, they begin to wear that hair.
They were gyrating.
Yes, instead of them to decode, hey, the one goof.
Imagine that's the only thing they could take from Bob Marley. Somebody that was taking what he was taking because what he was saying was paining him. Needed something to knock him off. That's the only reason he was taking what he was taking. The pain was too much. He couldn't bear it. That's why I see some of these people that are addicted to one thing or the other, because when they see the pain, they cannot handle it.
And then the people they are singing for out of commission.
Join them in the dysfunctionality. Can you imagine? This devil is very bad. So the social influencers, they are here to distract the people with their stories of baby mama, divorce today, undivorce tomorrow, divorce tomorrow. Yes, we are married today. No, we are not marrying again. Oh, yes, I fell in love. No, I fell out of love. Distractions. Drama. Big brother, small brother. Big sister, small sister. Keeping you awake. When you come from the church that kept you awake for night vigil, when you are praying to Ekwensu, then the big brother will capture you. You continue to be awake. Immorality everywhere. What do they have in mind to distract you? Of course, we have the security officers. We're talking about local agents in Nigeria that the colonial bandits used to execute their work. These are trained military officers and security officers trained by the colonial bandits in their own country. They prepare them and train them. When they come down, behaving, the only place they have power is over their people. They are there to enforce and defend the fraudulent constitution.
By all means necessary.
By all means necessary. And other colonial establishments. You find out that in these colonial bandits in their countries, their police, they do not bear arms. They don't carry weapons. If you go to France, you go to Britain, they are there speaking English to their people. Excuse me, sir, can you step out of the car? Excuse me, sir, step inside the car. So when they come to my land, boy, want to destroy my people. That is their own type of policing.
Colonial bandits, indeed.
Yes. So we have told you, the colonial bandits, what they're doing, it's, you know, it is planned, and that's why we need our people.